Live from Ball State University. News for the campus community and all of Delaware County. This is NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, I'm Amanda Richardson.
And I'm Dustin Gilmer. Welcome to NewsLink Indiana.
The Student Government Election Board is reconsidering the charges it handed down to Cardinal United after new information was discovered. Just in, our partners at WCRD report that SGA parliamentarian Chad Gerwink has claimed sole responsibility for the Twitter account that personally attacked members of SGA and other slates. Earlier, the board said in a news release it was fining Cardinal United $519 for violating election codes. Cardinal United was accused of being involved with that Twitter account. As part of the sanctions handed down last night, the board also banned Cardinal United campaign staff Con Sullivan and Jason Pickle from being a member or proxy of any branch of SGA. Presidential candidate Zane Gazelderly and Treasurer candidate Brandon Pope were ordered to make formal statements of apology.
I made an emotional call in retaliation to similar attacks from other slates, and it was the wrong call.
I, Zainal A. Guzelderly, personally apologize on behalf of all slate members and staff of Cardinal United for any misunderstandings.
The Elections Board will review the new information and make a decision on the sanctions by the end of the week. There is no word yet as to what types of changes will be made.
Not only has there been sanctions in SGA this semester, but there has also been controversy over a platform's idea for campus. The story has also caused a candidate to release a statement to explain what happened. Natalie Wagner has the story.
The Student Government Association nominated slate Fusion has been under fire for their idea about selling alcohol at football games. Fusion presidential candidate Alex Ventekis clarifies Fusion's idea about alcohol sales at football games.
Well, the alcohol issue is a minor point within our larger platform point of boosting athletic event attendance. We want students to come to games and be proud to be Ball State Cardinals while also supporting their teams.
Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs Jennifer Jones Hall said in a statement to the Daily News last week that she doesn't support the idea after an incident with Fusion vice presidential candidate Nick Wilkie. The other two slates have agreed that it is important to increase student attendance at football games, but disagree that alcohol is needed. A Spark Forward's presidential candidate Malachi Randolph and Cardinal United's presidential candidate Zane Gujazali explained their slate's positions.
I can tell you that I know the athletic director personally, and I know that he has told me personally that we cannot have alcohol inside the stadium.
And I think that it's really going to cause a lot more problems.
Although it seems to be a heated debate between the three slates, the candidates say it's just friendly competition.
I enjoy it. I mean, it's politics, and people have to realize it's not homecoming voting. It's politics.
It's a very dynamic and rigorous competition on that one. And I believe that just shows some of the passion that's been involved with many of the people up here on the slates.
I think everyone views it differently. I definitely view it as friendly competition. But I think it's important to look at certain points.
Although there may be some friendliness towards the slates, this is the last week for candidates to campaign before elections start next Monday. In Muncie, Natalie Wagner, NewsLink, Indiana.
Voting starts at 7:45 a.m. February the 25th and ends at 6:45 p.m. on the 26th. A formal announcement about the winner will be made on February the 27th.
For students looking for jobs to get experience in their field or just looking for jobs to put money in their pockets, the Cardinal Job Fair could help find what you're looking for. Adrian Adams has more.
Ball State has done everything they possibly could in order to get the word out about this year's job fair. They've done everything from sending mass emails to making it the full page of the school paper. We're definitely trying to succeed in getting the word out about this job fair and pique students' interest.
I do not know about the job fair.
Yeah, I heard about it in a class.
Did you know that we had a job fair on campus tomorrow?
No, I did not.
Definitely architecture. It's a tough field out there. Not a lot of opportunities for us youngsters.
Very interested because I'm a senior and I need another job.
Everybody's trying to prepare for their future. Like a job fair is, giving you a head start for out there in the real world before you leave here. So yeah, I will go check it out, see what there is to offer.
Yes, I am, because I'm a history major and I feel that I don't know all the avenues I can take. So I feel like it would be very beneficial to my person.
The Cardinal Job Fair is tomorrow from noon to 4 in Worthen Arena. Approximately 100 potential employers will be in attendance. Professional photos will be taken between noon and 2 p.m.
And don't be alarmed when you hear gunshots on Ball State's campus tomorrow morning. The University Police Department is hosting training tomorrow and Friday. Make sure to avoid Johnson A Complex during this time. The training will begin early in the morning and last most of the day. Tune into NewsLink on Monday for the full story.
Well, Dustin, I wonder if those police trainees will have to dodge more than just bullets. You think the weather will play a factor?
Well, I don't know. Let's go to the weather and find out.
Now it is 15 degrees in Muncie, and it feels like 5 degrees because of the 12 mile-per-hour winds. And tomorrow at 10 a.m. it'll be around 19 degrees, and around 1 p.m. tomorrow it'll be 25 degrees, and at 7 p.m. tomorrow it'll be 28 degrees. And to look at the 7-day forecast, it'll be 30 degrees tomorrow and rising to 41 degrees the next few days, dropping back down to 38 degrees and rising again to the lower 40s. Back to you guys.
Thanks. The Tunnel of Oppression is designed to make students more aware of different types of oppression. Charlie Akers has more.
Outside the Student Center ballroom where they're finishing up the Tunnel of Oppression that took place earlier tonight. The students that attended were able to go through a walkthrough on a self-guided experience through the tunnel.
Students were taken through a variety of experiences when walking through the Tunnel of Oppression. It was to open their eyes about different issues that wouldn't normally be thought of as issues of oppression. The issues the exhibits covered were socioeconomical status, cyberbullying, veterans, religious, racism, domestic violence, gender, and ableism. Housing and Resident Life Multicultural Community partnered up with RHA.
I think it'll help the campus just by opening up students' eyes and giving them opportunity to, you know, step outside their comfort zone a little bit and experience a little bit more diversity. I mean, there's diversity around us everywhere here on campus, and I don't think it's something that students kind of think about. So the things that they maybe not have thought about so much as being like oppressive actually are, and just opening their eyes to something else and giving them a different way to look at things.
Many students that went through the Tunnel of Oppression came out feeling very touched and educated on topics that they may not normally have thought of as being oppressed.
Through it, some of them were like really hard to stay at, like about the homeless people, and also religion and the cyberbullying one. And now that I walked through it, I feel like I learned a lot by looking at the different scenarios and the facts behind it.
The committee had felt that they met their goal of educating the students. They were excited with the number of people that attended the event, and the event will be held next year as well. Live in Muncie, Charlie Akers, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thanks, Charlie. If you're looking to help raise awareness on campus, go to the Counseling Center and become Safe Zone trained.
A new taste has come to Muncie. Find out where you can indulge in a unique style of food.
And get another dose of culture from a weekly Ball State program. Next on NewsLink, Indiana.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
The Muncie area has recently gained 2 unique food locations. Brittany Burton has the story.
The Damas Cafe and Holy Land Market offer new Mediterranean dishes to Muncie that locals would otherwise have to travel out of the area to get, such as the lamb gyro and sumac chicken. The Damas Cafe opened in Muncie in place of where Bella Avanti once was. The restaurant owner, Bassam Helwani, also owns another award-winning cafe in Kansas City, but said he saw a need to open a cafe in Muncie.
Muncie never had an authentic Mediterranean place, so we are claiming, and rightly so I think, we are the first and only Mediterranean restaurant here.
The restaurant has food like kebabs, roasted red pepper hummus, and pita bread. For those wanting the Mediterranean experience without going to a restaurant, there's a new Holy Land Market hiding behind Domino's on McGallion that Mohammed Hamad opened mid-January.
Some other ethnic
kind of food which is not available in Muncie. We have to travel either to Columbus or Detroit or Chicago, which is very difficult.
With the amount of Saudi students at Ball State numbering over 500, the fact that both places offer halal or kosher meat is very important.
Most of them, they will not eat meat except it should be halal. It's a religious issue, and the way we slaughter the animal.
While both places cater to Muslims by offering halal, everyone is welcome to come and try a new Mediterranean dish. Live from Muncie, Brittany Burton, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thanks, Brittany. Damask is open until 9 on weekdays and 10 on the weekends, while the Holy Land Market is open every day until 7.
The Rinker Center holds weekly multicultural presentations, giving students an opportunity to learn more about other countries. NewsLink's Christian Ward has the story.
Here at the Rinker Center for International Programs, student volunteers are offering a chance to learn about the cultures from where they grew up. Leslie Erlenbaugh, graduate assistant at the Rinker Center, spoke with me about the Cultural Exchange Program.
The Cultural Exchange has been going on for several years now, and our goal is to have a nice, relaxed, really comfortable environment where students can present their country, their culture, a specific aspect of their culture, or share some experiences that they want to share with the Ball State community, the faculty, staff, or community members.
Today, the Cultural Exchange welcomed Charlotte Neta, a business graduate from Zimbabwe.
I wanted the students to get a better understanding of the continent of Africa, but particularly the country of Zimbabwe, for them to understand the accommodation and living conditions of people, the traditions that we have.
The Cultural Exchange presentations are every Wednesday from noon to 1 p.m. Now, there are a lot of different countries that are going to be presented this semester, including some that may be different than what you're expecting.
Next week we will be hearing a presentation about Afghanistan, and then in March we will hear presentations about Taiwan and South Korea and Japan. And then we also have Tajikistan and the Philippines.
With several people representing several countries offering to share their experiences, the Rinker Center hopes that students will continue to learn more about the cultures beyond their borders. In Muncie, Christian Ward, NewsLink.
Thanks, Christian. For more information about multicultural events, you can go to the Rinker Center or visit their page at bsu.edu.
Now time for a look at headlines from around the area on Ball State Source for online news. The Daily. I'm Brianna Davis. Regardless if you're a Ball State student, there's a way for you to apply for free online classes at Ball State University. Students can witness a play that it will not feature any dialogue. The play is titled The Water Station and starts this Thursday at 7:30 at Strotter Theater. For these stories and more from NewsLink, WCRD, SportsLink, Ball Bearings, and the Daily News, go to bsudaily.com.
Well, it's about that time where schools are letting out for spring break. Are you going anywhere warm, Dustin?
As a matter of fact, I am. The Ball State Para Soccer Team and I are traveling to Arizona this spring break.
Well, I hope you have some weather, but until then, we'll be back with a look at our weather here in Muncie. Welcome back. Well, Dustin, on my walk to campus today, that wind was brutal.
I know, I almost had to walk backwards just so the wind wasn't in my face.
I'm hoping we'll get to see a little bit more warm weather. We'll send it to Mandy Whitaker with a look at the forecast.
As you can see, in northern Indiana, there's a little bit of precipitation, but clearly it's a clear day so far. And then look at the temperatures. In Indianapolis, it'll be 23. In this beautiful town we like to call Muncie, it's going to be 22 degrees. And then tonight we're going to have some frigid temps with a low of 15 degrees and a northwest winds at 12 miles per hour. Then tomorrow it'll be 19 degrees, and at 1 o'clock it'll be about 25 degrees, and around 7 p.m. it'll be 28 degrees. And a look at the 7-day forecast. It'll be cold still tomorrow, but it'll rise to about 41 degrees the next few days, drop back down to 38, and then be in the mid-40s for the rest of the week. Back to you guys.
Well, if I know one thing from living in Indiana, it's that most Hoosiers love basketball.
Yes, they do. So stay tuned for highlights and more coming up next.
I'm Kenton Owen III, and this is NewsLink Indiana Sports. We have a rugby story later on for you highlighting the Arlo brothers, but first we'll start off with the women's basketball team. The Cardinals are currently off to an 11-13 start. At this point, the women's team has already won more games than they won last year, with their overall in the past year being 9-21. All thanks to Natalie Fontaine and Brandy Woody. Fontaine is averaging 13 points a game while her defensive rebounding is off the charts with over 100 rebounds on defense alone. As for Woody, she's averaging almost 12 points a game. Her free throw percentage plays a major factor as to why the team has progressed thus far. But with the Cardinals on a 2-game losing streak, what could help them shake off their bad vibes? I bet a home game against the Eastern Michigan Eagles could be just what they needed to right the ship. Right now, the Cardinals are leading 36-28 with 9 minutes left in the half. Moving on to the NBA. The Indiana Pacers are in action tonight against the New York Knicks. The last time the Pacers played, the Knicks was on January 10th. The Pacers won that game to even up the series at 1 apiece. Tonight is the third battle between the teams of the 4-game season series. Right now, it looks like the Pacers are just destroying the New York Knicks. 102-66. At the half, Paul George led the team with 20 points and 2 rebounds, and David West followed with 10 points and 6 boards. 58% from the field and 54% from three-point range. The Pacers obviously came to play today. And members of the Ball State Rugby Club are in the middle of the practices as they prepare for their season. While the team works on plays and develops team chemistry, there are 2 players that are bringing a different bond to the team. Our Craig Collins has the story.
The Rugby Club has been on Ball State's campus since the late 1970s. President of the Ball State Rugby Club, Josh Markovich, says rugby is a complex game, but a sport he can boil down in just one sentence.
It's a hooligans game played by gentlemen.
2 of those gentlemen playing for BSU are twin brothers, Tim and Tom Arlo. The Arlo brothers learned the game in 8th grade while on a trip to New Zealand. However, they didn't get an opportunity to play until college when they joined the rugby club. Tom says having his brother on the team helps him stay focused.
He's always next to me. We're always hanging out, so we're always talking about rugby or what critiques we have about each other, what we can do at practice, make us better and stuff like that.
Tim says that playing with his twin gives them a chemistry that goes beyond being teammates.
And having my brother is actually perfect because there's always someone to practice with, someone to watch games with, someone to help me out that's closer than my other teammates. We know everything about each other, and we know when we need help and we help each other with our games in every aspect.
Markovich says the brotherly bond between the Arlos gives them a distinct advantage on the playing field.
I would say they probably got the best chemistry on the team as far as they know what each other are thinking really all the time because they're twins. You can just tell once they get on the field, everything clicks. It's really fun to watch as the captain. So
Tim and Tom Arlo don't just compete against the other team, but also with each other.
I always want to be better than him, so when he does something good, I want to push myself forward to push myself so that we could just keep pushing each other and make sure that we're doing better than.
The Arlo brothers, as well as the rest of the rugby club, will begin playing March 16th. In Muncie, Craig Collins, NewsLink, Indiana.
Ball State on 3, 1, 2, 3, Ball State!
Brothers are something else. A great story by our Craig Collins. And don't forget, the men's volleyball team. Games Friday and Saturday at Lewis and Loyola. So remember to support our Cardinals.
That Pacers game sounds like it's a really good night to be in Baker's Live.
I think Carmelo Anthony isn't playing for the Knicks, but he is. The Knicks aren't here to play at all. I guess the Pacers are here to prove that they're the number 3 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Wow, what a game.
It's only a game and a half lead. Could be something special.
Could be.
Dustin, do you have any big plans for this weekend?
Well, not yet, but if you're looking for something to do, stay tuned for entertainment coming up next.
Hello and welcome to NewsLink Entertainment. I'm Rachel Fagan. Well-known organist and 2010 solo instrumental Grammy Award winner Paul Jacobs is visiting Ball State a second time for the Arts Alive concert series, taking place in Sursa Hall. Jacobs will be performing Sunday, February 24th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets will be on sale until an hour before the concert. Sigma Nu Fraternity is hosting their annual philanthropy event, Miss Greek, this weekend. NewsLink caught up with their philanthropy chair, Kevin Corden, to see what this year's pageant has in store for us.
As far as I understand it, here on campus, it's been around forever. It's every spring. We usually have 10 to 20 participants from each chapter. This year we only have 12 from 5 different chapters. It's about the same from last year. Usually the money goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Delaware County, but this year we decided to donate the money to Motivate Our Minds.
Motivate Our Minds' main goal is to help serve Delaware County 1st through 8th grade students.
And it gives just the kids more practice with examples, with homework. If they don't have homework that day, gives them enrichment packets, and they also get a snack and just somewhere to go for a few hours.
Miss Greek also gives sorority women a chance to represent their organization. Participant Casey Rehal tells us why she has decided to be a candidate.
I thought it would be a great opportunity to represent Greek life and show everyone what being an Alpha Game is all about.
Doors open at Pruis Hall at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday the 23rd. That's all tonight for entertainment. I'm Rachel Fagan.
Thanks, Rachel. Well, it has been so cold that my gloves are literally falling to pieces. I've had to wear them so many times. Mandy, can I put them away for a while?
Well, you can for a little bit, but it's going to cool back down in a week or so. It's going to be cold tomorrow. It's going to rise up to about 40 degrees, and then it's going to dip back down into the 30s. So, I mean, for a little bit, but
there's, I'm gonna have to go invest in new gloves, I think.
You will. I'm sorry. Hopefully spring will come soon, though. Soon enough, at least.
Maybe while I'm getting new gloves, I should stop by the Pacers game, because
get a
that's
Pacers coat,
pretty electric.
Pacers hat, Pacers everything, basically.
That team is electric.
Yeah, they're past electric.
At least if they're hot, it'll keep you warm.
That's true. That's exactly true. I
wish I used it. Oh.
I won't need the gloves because the Pacers are so hot this season.
There you go. Perfect.
Perfect.
Well, that's all for tonight's NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in back on Monday at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.